Is it time to buy or sell Apple stock? In this video, we are diving deep into Apple. Our initial report was published on our website on Thursday, the 31st of July, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analyses. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and get free price predictions and deep analysis for anyone among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since June 30th, 2025, our system has categorized Apple as a hold or accumulate, assigning it a score of -0.08. Now, let's examine the stock's performance during this time frame. The stock has shown natural fluctuations, achieving a gain of 1.17%. This results in an average return of 0.05% per day since it was designated as hold or accumulate. The stock is currently positioned within a moderate upward trend in the short term, indicating that a further increase within this trend is likely. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of approximately 5.19% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging between 3.03% and 9.27%. Examining the longer term, our 12-month analysis forecasts a projected change of -10.69%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from -29.71% to +4.10% over the next year. In practical terms, this would place the future price between $145.90 and $216.08. Our latest daily update for Apple features the headline, "Evaluation of Apple stock downgraded after the last trading session." The Apple stock price decreased by approximately 0.708% on the last day, which was a Thursday, the 31st of July, 2025. The price fell from $209.05 to $207.57. This marks a decline for 3 consecutive days. During the last trading day, the stock price fluctuated by 1.28%, reaching a low of $207.23 and a high of $209.88. Over this period, the price has experienced significant volatility, resulting in a loss of 1.17% over the last 2 weeks. Notably, trading volume increased on the last day by 21 million shares. Although this was accompanied by falling prices, this could serve as an early warning signal, suggesting a slight increase in risk over the next couple of days. In total, 65 million shares were traded, amounting to approximately $13.43 billion. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest stock price reached $260.10, while the lowest was $169.21. Currently, the stock price is 20.20%, or $52.53, below the 52-week high of $260.10, which also represents the all-time high for the stock. Apple has recently reported impressive earnings exceeding sales forecasts primarily due to a 13.5% increase in iPhone sales, totaling $44.58 billion. This surge indicates strong consumer demand ahead of anticipated tariffs, suggesting that customers are reacting proactively. Alongside solid performance in services revenue, which reached a record high, this positive financial news has initially boosted AAPL shares, reflecting investor confidence. However, despite these encouraging figures, concerns linger about Apple's long-term growth prospects. Analysts have pointed out that the company is heavily reliant on financial maneuvers, such as $100 billion in stock buybacks, rather than committing to significant innovation or research and development. This reliance could pose challenges, especially as competitors invest more aggressively in areas like artificial intelligence. Furthermore, CEO Tim Cook revealed that the company incurred $800 million in tariff-related costs, raising questions about the future impact of these tariffs and other regulatory risks which could pressure margins. Apple's announcement to increase investments in artificial intelligence signals a potential pivot towards greater innovation. In the short term, strong quarterly results may enhance stock performance, but in the long term, the lack of substantial innovation and the looming external challenges could dampen investor sentiment. Market watchers will be keeping a close eye on how Apple navigates this critical juncture in their business strategy. Analyst ratings. On Tuesday, the 29th of July, 2025, it was reported that Goldman Sachs assigned AAPL a buy grade with a hold action. On Friday, the 18th of July, 2025, it was reported that UBS assigned AAPL a hold grade with a hold action. On Friday, the 18th of July, 2025, it was reported that Jefferies assigned AAPL a hold grade with an upgrade action. On Thursday, the 3rd of July, 2025, it was reported that UBS assigned AAPL a neutral grade with a hold action. On Tuesday, the 24th of June, 2025, it was reported that Barclays assigned AAPL an underweight grade with a hold action. Analysts have assigned Apple stock a general neutral rating. They classify the price-to-earnings ratio as a sell and the price-to-book ratio as strong sell. However, for return on investment, analysts provide the stock with a strong buy rating. The following signals have been identified for Apple. The Apple stock currently shows a sell signal from the short-term moving average. However, there is a buy signal from the long-term average. Since the short-term average is positioned above the long-term average, this creates an overall buy signal for the stock, suggesting a positive outlook. If the stock experiences further gains, it will encounter resistance from the short-term moving average at around $211.96. Conversely, if the stock declines, it will find support from the long-term average at about $206.99. A breakout above the short-term average will trigger a buy signal, while a breakdown below the long-term average will activate a sell signal. Additionally, some negative signals have emerged that could impact short-term developments. A sell signal was generated from a pivot top point on Tuesday, July 22, 2025, and thus far, the stock has declined by 3.19%. Further declines are anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Moreover, there is currently a sell signal from the 3-month moving average, convergence-divergence, or MACD. Volume increased alongside falling prices yesterday, which may serve as an early warning. Therefore, it is advisable to monitor the stock more closely. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence-divergence, sell signal. Pivots, sell signal 8 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal 1 day ago. Short-term moving average, sell signal 4 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal 24 days ago. The relation between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal 22 days ago. If we look at the 12-month chart, we see short moving average, sell signal 3 days ago. The long-term moving average, buy signal 13 days ago. The relation between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal 8 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to find more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for Apple. Apple finds support from accumulated volume at $205.35. This level may present a buying opportunity, as an upward reaction is expected when this support is tested. Generally, the stock exhibits controlled movements, and due to its good liquidity, the risk associated with this stock is considered very low. During the previous day, the stock fluctuated by $2.65 between its high and low, representing a movement of 1.28%. Over the last week, the stock's daily average volatility has been 1.42%. Before we dive into the potential favorable trading levels for Apple, let's quickly cover some essential fundamental data. First, we have the price-to-earnings ratio, commonly referred to as the PE ratio. This important metric assesses a company's current share price in relation to its earnings per share. This PE ratio is relatively typical, often observed in companies with long-standing histories or stable revenue streams. In other news, the upcoming earnings report for the second quarter of 2025 is anticipated on the 31st of July, 2025. Analysts have consensus estimates at $1.42. It's important to monitor these figures as they can significantly influence stock prices. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for Apple. In case of an upward trend, the first resistance level for Apple is at $207.82. If you don't own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be breached before entering a position. For those already holding the stock, this could be a level to consider for swing trading. On the downside, Apple encounters its first support level at $205.35. If this support level holds, it could be a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. The combined average rating for Apple from multiple analyst sources is neutral. Now, let's examine some recent insider trades. On the 25th of July, 2025, Khan Sabi conducted an insider purchase of 0 shares of common stock. On the 25th of July, 2025, Khan Sabi conducted an insider purchase of 0 shares of common stock. On the 25th of July, 2025, Khan Sabi conducted an insider purchase of 43,901 shares of restricted stock unit. On the 12th of May, 2025, Kondo Chris conducted an insider sale of 4,486 shares of common stock. On the 23rd of April, 2025, Parek Kevin conducted an insider sale of 4,570 shares of common stock. Based on the 100 most recent insider trades, we've calculated the insider power to be negative, with a ratio of negative 30.985. In total, insiders purchased 955,888 shares and sold 1,862,391 shares in the last 100 trades. Our recommended stop loss is set at $199.17, representing a decline of 4.05%. This stock exhibits very low daily fluctuations, which translates to a lower level of risk. Additionally, there is a sell signal derived from a pivot top identified 7 days ago. Is Apple stock a good buy? Apple displays several negative signals, suggesting it might be a candidate for selling. However, considering the potential for a turnaround, it may be prudent to view it as a hold or accumulate in this position while we await further developments. Due to some minor weaknesses in the technical analysis, we have adjusted our evaluation from a buy to a hold recommendation since our last assessment. After examining the volatility and movements from the previous trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Friday, the 1st of August, we anticipate that Apple will open higher by approximately 65 cents, starting at a price of $208.23. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money and that you should consult a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. You should not base your investment decisions on StockInvest.us. By using this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? Please comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a beautiful day. With regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.